Welcome to Coffee Couch Ideas podcast, where it's all about discovering your true self. So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and enjoy your episodes with me. I'm your host, Kritika Arkat. Let's begin the journey of making those small little changes in life. Welcome to another podcast episode, and today I'm going to talk about how to cleanse your mind. And I will be sharing 11 tips. So let's get started. Well, we all know that our mind is one of the most fascinating ones, and it has several thousands of thoughts in a day. A thought can occur consciously or subconsciously in our mind. From the time we wake up until the time we go to bed, we come across several thoughts. You may be in a shower, engrossed in a deep thought, or sipping your coffee with loads of thoughts in your mind, and mostly it's a blend of positive and negative thoughts. And how do we make sure that the thoughts that occur in our mind are not negative? So, here are the 11 tips. Let's begin with the first tip, which is meditation. Meditation is a great tool and it calms your mind and slows down the number of thoughts. Initially, if you are a beginner and you sit down to meditate, you will find it difficult to focus as numerous thoughts wander in your mind, like what should I prepare for lunch? What should I wear today? How do I complete my task before deadline? Or just any silly thought. Initially, you will find it hard to meditate, so take your time and get used to it. And I'm sure you will enjoy the benefits of meditation and you would notice that it improves your focus and calms your mind, that slowly reduces the unwanted chatter. So try meditating at least for 15 minutes in a day. The next tip is to limit the stuff around you. The more the clutter in your surroundings, the more clutter in your mind. Imagine yourself reading a book with loads of mess around you, and would you be able to concentrate on finishing the book? Well, honestly speaking, I cannot. So, loads of stuff around your house or your workplace results in more disorganization of your mind. So, periodically keep cleaning the things around you and try to minimize the stuff that you buy or want to possess, as this reduces the effort of cleaning and rearranging them. This way, your mind is always optimistic that you are organized. So, always remember messy place makes messy mind. The third tip is to have no hatred towards anyone. If somebody has hurt you in the past, forgive and get ahead of the bitter experiences. This reduces the negative thoughts and you will be relieved from all the stress. Also, remember the person who has hurt you will go ahead in life. And if you still have the hatred towards that person, then you will get stuck in life and you will be the one who suffers. So, the lesson is forget and forgive. The fourth tip is to stay away from people who spread negativity. There are people who always come to you and gossip about others. Then, what's the guarantee that the person will not gossip about you to someone else? So, make sure that you stay away from such people and also make sure that you talk only good about others. Remember, when you complain about anything or anybody, it pushes you to a state of negativity. Instead, find a solution. Tip number 5 is stay away from too much of negative news. It is important to know what is happening around us. And with the use of the smartphone, the news is at our fingertips. And let's limit our dosage of news intake, as too much of anything is not good, because what we hear and what we see is not true all the time. And sometimes there is biased information spread on media. It could be in any form like print, radio, television, or even social media for that matter. So limit your dosage of news intake. The sixth tip is to be happy with what you have. It sounds too philosophical, I know. However, if you close your eyes and question yourself as to when was the last time you were very happy, you would say that when you went on a vacation, or the last time you got your last salary hike, or when you bought your favorite gadget or your favorite outfit. It could be anything like your car, etc. Isn't it? We always long for more, but we have forgotten to think that happiness can be found on any day, anywhere, or anytime. We would have observed that toddlers and small kids seem to be the most happiest. because they do not look for materialistic happiness. However, they find joy in every small things that they explore. We need to find happiness in every small journey of our lives, and it may be found in everyday activities like jogging, or reading a book, or cooking, or even for that matter, in your everyday chores. It's also important to remember that there are many parents who are struggling to feed their children with nutritious meal. And there are a lot of people who are suffering from other different issues every minute and every second. And we need to be fortunate enough to lead a normal life, and yet we complain about everything around us. And we sometimes forget that we can find happiness in every single breath that we intake. So, developing the habit of contentment is a must to lead a stress free life. The seventh tip is being in the present moment. Once there was a man on a horseback riding in the mountains, and the sudden rearing of his horse made him to slip down in the mud and he got injured. This accident terrified him, and whenever he was in the mountains again on his horse, he was fearing that he might fall again, as his previous experience was haunting him again and again, and because of which he was not able to enjoy his present ride. Well, this is the real situation of most of us. We might have had a bad experience in the past that affects us in our daily life. And most of the times, the thoughts are about our past experiences or what the future has in stack for us, not enabling us to enjoy every moment. So be in the present moment and enjoy every bit of it. And most importantly, do not fear about anything. Tip number eight is spending some time with plants. Spending at least 5 to 10 minutes with plants every day is so satisfying. It's like taking care of your baby. Once you start growing your plants, you would notice that you would start loving them. And this is like a form of meditation and truly transfers you to another world. You will enjoy watching the tiny sprouts heading their way up to catch the sunlight, the flowers that are blooming, and the branches and the leaves that are stretching their arms to find more space. All these are a joy to watch, which gives so much happiness and positivity. So, if you don't have plants, grab some old container, some soil, and a few seeds from your kitchen cabinet and start sowing them. And you're all set to witness the magic happen. The next tip is having a hobby and learning new things. One of the best ways to live happily and stress free is to find what you love and build your interest on it. Having a hobby can calm your mind and divert your attention from daily stress. Find your passion and get started with a thing that you would love to do in your leisure. It could be a simple thing that you always wanted to do but never got time to pursue it, like quilling, gardening, or even learning to play any musical instrument. Or you might have also thought of running a marathon but never prepared for it. So get your gears and start your training for it and enjoy the learning process. So you could also learn a new language, and learning new things sharpens your mind. So why not give it a try? Tip number 10 is have a vision for your life. Everybody talks about short term and long term goals. Do you have any? If not, take a pen and a paper and make a plan for your future by visualizing and start working on it. The more you focus on your goals, less you will worry about your past failures and you will start to embrace your future opportunities. Be systematic, and once you have everything in place, executing will be fun and achieving your goals will be amazing. So get set going. The last and the important tip is showing gratitude. Many of us would have shown gratitude towards someone who has helped us in the past, isn't it? Scientifically, it is proven that people who express their gratitude are the happiest ones. We usually forget to take a moment and appreciate the small things around us. So let's make it a habit to express gratitude regularly. I have tried different ways, but the best thing that has worked for me is to wake up every morning with my eyes closed and thinking of at least one person who has helped me in the past. And doing this has made me to begin my day on a positive note. And there are different ways to express gratitude. You could take your daily spiritual time and express appreciation, or call a person and thank them for their support, or you could send a handwritten note or make a handmade card, which could be simple Yet, these are the elegant ways of conveying the message. Another way could be to maintain a gratitude journal or simply write on a piece of paper. The recent trending one is tagging your friend on social media who has inspired you in your life. And one of my closest friends tagged me in an Instagram post, and that was so cool. So follow whichever method suits you, as there are n number of ways to express gratitude. Well, these are the tips that I wanted to share, and I have tried these and found very useful, and hence I'm sharing all these tips with you. Managing your thoughts can be challenging. However, if you practice every day, you will succeed in cleansing your mind by allowing the flow of positive thoughts, making you a more calm and composed person who's able to devote all the energy to have a purpose in life. So enjoy every moment and also express gratitude to even the smallest things around you while interacting with people with love and affection, but removing any hatred if there exists. So that's the end of this episode, and I'll leave you with this quote of Mahatma Gandhi: live life as you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. Happy thinking and discover your true self. I received a couple of voice messages with positive feedbacks from my podcast, and I'm glad to share those with you. The first voice is of Rekha Redipalli, and the second one is of Sonali Joshi Bhatt. And here they go.
Coffee Couch Ideas has been so inspiring and helpful with so many actionable tips suggested in each of its podcasts, right from raising responsible kids to homemaker habits and productivity hacks. The podcast give an insight into the tiny details we usually miss out on. Kritika has done an amazing job at enlightening the nitty gritty nuances of life in a simple, understandable way. It's been a great learning experience, and I look forward to more podcasts soon.
I highly recommend Kritika Arcot's podcasts to everyone, especially those who are seeking to transform their lives by taking baby steps, because that is exactly what she talks about in her talks. She talks about our weaknesses that stops us from doing things that we ought to do, and she tries to cover them from two different perspectives. At least that is what I've seen in most of the talks. She gives you examples of famous celebrities, so it is good to know their stories and feel motivated. But she also gives you everyday examples of things that can happen in our lives and that stop us, the mentality, the thinking, and addresses those issues by suggesting baby steps. So, if you're on a lookout to transform your journey slowly but steadily, then this is the podcast to go to. I hope you will enjoy listening to her.
Thanks to both of you for the lovely feedback and wish to hear often from all of you. And if you want to leave a voice message, log into anchor.fm webpage with your email ID or use your smartphone to log into the app and go to my podcast and click on the message option to leave a voice message. That's it for now. Do listen to my previous episodes if you haven't. And you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Cuckoo FM, and other platforms. Thank you so much. Happy listening and discover your true self.